Welcome to God Kitchen's channel. I'll be showing you how I made this delicious gbegiri from the scratch. Kindly subscribe to my channel, comment and hit the like button. Now let the process begin. I measured beans into a very neat bowl. Kindly note that the amount of beans to use depends on the quantity of gbegiri that you really wanted, so I added water to it. I peeled the beans and I placed my pot on the fire and I added the neatly peeled beans inside the pot. Behind the camera, I have boiled my water inside kettle, so I poured the boiled water inside the beans. This is not for anything, I just wanted the process to be fast. That was why I boiled the water first before pouring it inside the peeled beans. I have sliced a big size onion by the side, so I added it to the beans. And I also added my locust bean. This is a very washed locust bean. I removed stone and dirt from it, and I added the locust bean to it, and I added my salt. After I have added the salt, I covered the pot for 30 to 40 minutes for the beans to be properly cooked. I opened the pot and this was how it looks after being properly cooked for 30 minutes. Can you see how it looks so very soft? The ability of the beans to be quickly done depends on the beans, but this one was done within 30 minutes. I removed it from the fire and I put it by the side for it to be a little bit cool. So after it has been cool for 10 to 20 minutes, I blended it inside my blender. I blended it very smoothly inside the blender. I put it by the side and I placed my pot on the fire. I added palm oil and I added a smoothly blended pepper. This pepper consists of tomato, rodo and shombo. So I blended it very smoothly. And do note that the amount of pepper to use for your gbegiri shouldn't be much because you are still going to eat it with your stew. I added my seasoning cubes and I added my salt and I covered the pot for 30 minutes. I opened the pot after 30 minutes and here comes the look of our stew. It has been cooked. And I have also blended the beans by the side and I made it into 2 batches because my blender couldn't contain it at once. So I added the first batch to the stew and I also added the second batch of the blended beans to the stew. After that, I thoroughly stirred my gbegiri together. And kindly note that you have to stir everything together properly and thoroughly. You shouldn't be in a rush while stirring your gbegiri, so that the seasoning, the everything, the stew and the oil will mix with the blended beans. So I made sure I stirred my gbegiri thoroughly because I wanted everything to mix together. And while stirring it, I realized the gbegiri was somehow very thick. So, and your gbegiri shouldn't be too thick or too watery. So I added water, just a little water into the gbegiri. And I thoroughly stirred everything together again after I have added the water. Gbegiri is not the kind of soup that you can cook with 5 to 10 minutes. And no, it's not the kind of soup that you can cook while you are in a haste. You have to take your time and make sure you stir everything together so well. And after I've stirred it together, I covered back my pot for 20 minutes again for it to be properly cooked together. I wanted the stew and the blended beans to be properly cooked together. So after 20 minutes, I opened back my pot and here comes the look of our gbegiri. Behind the camera, I picked my crayfish. I removed dirt and stones from it and I blended the crayfish. After blending it inside my blender, I added it to our gbegiri. I stirred everything together thoroughly again. I stirred the gbegiri with the crayfish, with everything so that the gbegiri will be so mixed together. You wouldn't want the part to have crayfish and another part shouldn't have crayfish. So you have to take your time by stirring it so well. So after I have stirred it together, I covered back my pot for 1 to 2 minutes for the gbegiri to cook again. And after like 1 to 2 minutes, I uncovered the pot and here comes the look and the outcome of our gbegiri. Our gbegiri has been perfectly cooked here and so ready for consumption. Kindly note that you cannot be in a haste to cook gbegiri. This is not noodles. You can't. You have to take your time, thoroughly take your time to cook it. And the ingredient that I used in cooking all of this, I use beans. I make use of oloyin beans, honey beans. I use onions. I use locust bean, salt, seasoning cube, and I use blended crayfish. I also use palm oil and pepper. And your pepper shouldn't be much because you're still going to heat it with your ewedu and your stew. So it shouldn't require much pepper. I made use of scotch bonnet pepper, tomato and shombo with onion. I blended it together. It must be smoothly blended together. Kindly take note of that. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. hit the like button and also comment if you have any question. I promise to reply her comments. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Bye bye. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye. Thank you.